When I look back, there were signs of verbal abuse. There were signs of emotional abuse. So there were signs before I got married. I have to honestly say that.
So many women make excuses for the mental, the verbal, and the emotional. She thought we just had a bad day until the physical part. Then she understood that she was an abused woman.
But once I came to Minnesota and I was isolated from family and friends, the verbal abuse, the mental abuse got worse. But that was the first time that it got physical. There was a little disagreement. I went to walk out of the room. My husband grabbed me by the back of my hair, pulled me down on the bed, put his weight on top of me. I couldn't move. Plus, I just had surgery, so I was not able to defend myself. To have to walk away was very painful for me, but I had to choose what was safe for me at that time. I packed my clothes. I went outside. I called 211. They put me online with Alexander House. I didn't know that at the time. But the lady that I spoke with was so very, very kind. My husband at the time, he was circling the building. And she said, "Are you safe?" And I was trying to talk with her, trying to keep an eye on him. And I said, "No, not really." And she said, "So I'm gonna send an Uber for you." And I said, "Okay. And would you like for me to stay on the phone with you?" I said, "Please." So the Uber came, I got in, and as soon as they drove up to Alexandra House, I knew that I was going to be okay.
Every woman that walks in that door, I tell them, I don't want you to do anything. I don't want you coming here making no promises to yourself. You just left 2 days ago. You can't promise yourself nothing. You can't, because you done left 100 times. Every day you tell yourself, you're done, I'm done, I'm done. Every day. You walk out that door 100 times. So don't do that to yourself. Just take this time and absorb.
There's a walking trail in the backyard of Alexander House. So I was able to walk and I was able to think, and I would sit outside on the benches there and I was able to meditate. I was getting stronger to be able to accept an advocate talking to me, right? So once Camille came and she was able to talk about, hey, listen, you may want to get a restraining order. You may want to do that. I was able to hear that.
She did tell me that she was struggling, that she loved her husband. And that's part of women slip into depression because they had to make a decision that they don't want to make, and they're not ready to leave, but they know they have to leave.
I was healing from surgery, and I also had to heal from this brokenness.
She was fighting that demon, go back, no, go back, no, stay, no, go back. And that's what she was struggling with. And she did figure it out on her own. She did. And she made that decision, and that's when we talked, and she said, I cannot go back, and I will not go back. And that's when I learned about her sister.
And I lost my sister to domestic violence. And I know if my sister had the strength to leave the first time it happened, it wouldn't have gotten as bad as it did. But seeing that gave me, when it happened with me, I kept thinking about my sister. And I said, oh no, I'm not gonna end up like that. I'm not gonna be taken away from my family. My sister is gone and her abuser is still here.
I love challenges. I love a woman that comes in there that don't think that she matters. I love showing her that she matters, believing that there's hope. It doesn't matter where you came from.
When you're a child, you imagine, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a nurse, I'm going to have kids, I'm going to go to college. And you think you check all the boxes, you're professional, you do this and you do that. And yet, you end up in a situation that you never imagined yourself to be in. And during that time at Alexandra House, I was able to rely on my faith, and I was able to say to myself, hey girl, if you beat cancer, you can beat anything. And as the days went by, I got stronger emotionally. I was, like a bird that had its wings broken when I arrived. And I was able to repair those wings and start flying again because Alexandra House allowed me to do that. And I will forever, ever be grateful for Alexandra House.